Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's fragrance first impressions video is going to be on Xerjoff Star Musk. This is part of their Shooting Stars series, and I'm just really excited to try this because I have been holding off on trying this because I wanted to do a first impressions of it. So if you'd like to know what I think about this fragrance, then keep watching. So let's start off and let me explain how these first impressions videos work. I have a fragrance I have never tried on my skin before. In most cases, I've never even smelled it before, but in a lot of times I've smelled it on a strip or on other people, but it has never touched my skin. Now what I do is I give you my first impressions today. So I spray it, I wait a few seconds, probably about 10 to 15, and I give you my first impressions of the opening. Then I come back in about 15-20 minutes, sometimes an hour or two, depending on how long I feel like this fragrance needs to dry down, and I give you my first impressions of the dry down. Now I do know to be able to give you guys a kind of mini review or tell you any type of real opinion on this fragrance, I do need to wear this fragrance more than once. So I'm not going to give an entire first impression. Rather, I'm going to wear this sample throughout the week, and at the end of next week's fragrance first impressions video, I'm going to give you a little quick review on it, tell you about how it performed, if it had great projection and longevity, and if I would pick up a bottle of it. Now in some cases I do come back and do a complete dedicated review on the fragrance, but I'm just kind of giving you like my final thoughts on if I think it's worth picking up. Which means at the end of this video, I'm going to have that little mini review on last week's fragrance, which was from Regime des Fleurs, and it was Willows. There's lots of ambient noise going on about, so please forgive me. There's a bunch of people next door who are doing construction. Our air conditioner's been working a little bit too hard. It's still really hot, so it's really loud, so please forgive me. So here we go. This is Star Musk. A subscriber sent this to me. He's very generous. He sent me like 30 plus decants of amazing things I have been so interested in trying, so thank you so much. I haven't tried all of them because a lot of them I did want to save for first impressions videos because I've really wanted to try these, and I kind of wanted to film my first impressions for you guys. So let's talk about fragrance. Was released in 2014. It is a shared unisex fragrance. The top notes of this are Mandarin, pale floral notes with some amber. At the heart you're going to have patchouli, sandalwood, vetiver, orris, clove, and cinnamon. And at the base you're going to have musk, vanilla, a little bit more Mandarin. It looks like Mysore, sandalwood. I don't know if I can pronounce that word correctly. I'm sorry. Benzoin and opoponax. So with this fragrance, I'm expecting it to be very robust. That's what I usually expect from Xerjoff fragrances. They're not very simple. They're not minimalistic. They're complex. They have a lot of depth. And they're robust. There's a lot going on, and that's what I expect from Xerjoff. What I also expect from Xerjoff is a level of quality that you don't see in a lot of niche fragrances. And I'm not saying that those niche fragrances don't have quality, because they do. But the level of quality that I see from Xerjoff is leaps and bounds. Leaps and leaps and bounds. They're very well blended. Just the notes, everything comes together beautifully. Nothing comes off synthetic, nothing comes off chemically. They just are all absolutely exquisite. So I'm expecting a lot. I have ridiculously high expectations from Xerjoff. So let's put this on my skin. As you guys know, I'm not wearing anything, and what I'm going to do is spray this on my skin, let it dry down, again give you my first impressions, and I'll come back and probably looking at these notes. Musky floral fragrances usually don't take too long to dry down, so I'll probably give it like 15-20 minutes. So let's do this. And this. And I will come right back. Okay, this has been on my skin about 10 seconds, not too long. I literally just put down the decant, kind of gently waved my arms like this, and then turned on the camera. So initially this kind of smelled like I thought it was going to smell when I sprayed it, but I haven't tried it on my skin, so let's see. Yeah, this smelled like I thought, and I'm going to tell you what I mean. Musk on my skin, I was never the hugest fan of musk on my skin. It was only the past like year and a half where I really started seeking out musky scents. So I'm still like discovering them, and they're not like instant love at first sniffs for me. They're things that I need to wear and really just grow to appreciate. So what I was hoping from this fragrance that it was going to be heavier on the other notes, and then the longer I wore it, the more the musk would come out, so that way I could just kind of fall in love with it and not be overwhelmed with musk in the very beginning. It's just my feelings on musk. Again, it's my personal taste, and I'm happy to say that this is the opening. The opening is very, very rich. It's a little bit spicy, a little bit sharp, but there's like a kind of a fruity sweetness in it, but it's not fruit. There's a little bit of an animalic like twinge in the background, just a little bit, but there is a lot going on in this, and that's what I was hoping for. So far this smells like a fragrance that would be really great in the daytime in the fall or winter, and probably really nice in the evening in like the spring and summer. Definitely smells more on the feminine side than the masculine side, and I keep mentioning this in every video, guys, but I am always going to reiterate it if this is the first time you come in here. Fragrance is genderless. Anyone can wear anything. It doesn't matter what side of the fragrance aisle it comes on. What matters is how you like it. How do you like to smell? What are your tastes? So for me, masculine, feminine fragrances have a lot to do with trends and marketing and what most of that demographic tends up purchasing. More floral, sweet, soft, powdery things from the women's side, or kind of like tobacco, leather, spiced, like really sharp aquatic things on the men's side. Doesn't mean that only men can wear men's fragrances and only women can wear women's fragrances. So if I'm reviewing a unisex fragrance and I say it smells more masculine or more feminine, I'm talking about how it smells more of what trends and what side of the fragrance counter you probably would find this on. And this is pulling a little bit more on the feminine side, a little bit more fruity, a little bit more sweet, but there's something about it that's kind of hindering the sweetness from it being too sweet and hindering the fruitiness, and I actually kind of really like that. I like that balance. So it's really, really nice. I'm going to give this a good 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to dry down, and I will come back and let you guys know. It's been about 20 minutes, and I have very real thoughts about this based on the dry down. Now, the opening of this fragrance was really sharp, really bright, really floral, really fruity and citrusy, and there was a little bit of like this animalic musk in the background. Now, what I mentioned earlier is with musk, it's a recent love of mine. I don't really seek out musky fragrances, but I do generally love musk in fragrances, and musk predominant fragrances have been something I've really been enjoying, but I go in like tiptoe into it. So when I see something that's musk, it's really complex, really heavy, I don't know how I'm going to feel. Now, I trust Xerjoff. I love Xerjoff. I have high expectations with this fragrance. So going onto this fragrance and smelling the opening, I was like, okay, this is what I was hoping for. I was hoping that it was going to be more everything else and less on the musk. And the longer you wore the fragrance, the longer the more powerful the musk would come out, and everything else would just kind of blend in with it, which is exactly what's happening. The two predominant things I'm smelling is floral and musk right now, and it's actually really, really beautiful. But this fragrance is really nice. This is an unabashedly beautiful, rich, delicious floral fragrance. There's just a lot of complexity in this, and I absolutely just love it. This is coming off really fruity, really floral, but not like a fruit salad, not like just ambiguous flowers. There's definitely a lot of complexity at the base, and I think that has to do with the vanilla, the benzoin, the clove, and the cinnamon. And I really love the sandalwood in this too. And just the woods in this are just absolutely beautiful. Now, I do have to say that this fragrance is exactly what I was hoping for, but I do wish it would be a little bit more on the muskier side. I feel like it needs a touch more of that musk to really just make this a home run. It's already a gorgeous fragrance. I'm really enjoying it, but I just need a little bit more. I do think the mandarin peel and the clove and the cinnamon are smart choices. Mandarin itself, and I've gone about this in different videos, citruses can pull different ways. You don't just have citrus, like acidic citrus. You have lemon, you have orange, you have grapefruit, you have bergamot. Citruses can pull creamy, they can pull bright, they can be refreshing, they can be crisp, go a variety of different ways. They can be juicy. Generally, when I hear mandarin, I think of more of like a juicy, sweet citrus, but the fact that it's like the peel kind of gives it a little bit of bitterness, which I really enjoy. That's pairing really nicely with the clove and the cinnamon. And with the benzoin and with the vanilla, it's giving this a really nice, heavy, robust base. And the musk is given time to shine, although I wish it was shining a little bit brighter. That's pairing really nicely with the beautiful kind of floral banquet or bouquet that I'm getting in this fragrance. I really, really love this. I'm really enjoying it. So far, it's like an 8 out of 10. I'm definitely going to want to wear this a little bit longer to figure out if it's something it's worth picking up. But so far, I'm really digging it. Let's talk about last week's fragrance. And last week's fragrance was my monthly Scentbird pick, but they decided to send it to me super late. And it was from Regime des Fleurs, and it was Willows. Now, this fragrance I was really excited for. It was like iris and carrot, and when I smelled it, it was this like beautiful, amazing, musky, animalic, mineral-y, just beautiful fragrance. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm happy to say that it didn't let me down in any other way but longevity. Gorgeous fragrance, really beautiful, loved it so much. The carrot seeds kind of remind me a lot of ambrette. Reminded me very much of kind of like if you like Chanel number 18, you probably would really dig this fragrance. The longevity was just at 4 hours, maybe 5, which you guys know I hope for 4 to 6, but when it starts to teeter at 4, I wish it lasted a little bit longer. So I am going to have to say that it kind of lost a few points in longevity, but overall it was a beautiful fragrance and would be something I would consider picking up. I wouldn't say buy it blind, especially since when you're looking at this kind of like minerally, animalic, earthy fragrances, and you know what I'm talking about, ambrette, caraway, carrot, it all has that kind of almost beta-carotene type of smell. It's the best way I can describe it. It's like a little bit bitter, it's a little bit musky, it's a little bit animalic and minerally, but it's not any of those things. If you smelled number 18, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Definitely would recommend sampling this first. It's available on Lucky Scent and Scentbird. Definitely check it out. I enjoyed it very much. That is the type of profile that I look for and enjoy in fragrances, and I would consider picking up a bottle of it. I'm going to wear a lot more through my Scentbird thing and hope that maybe it was just a fluke the past few days because it's been really hot and humid and rainy, that you know, the longevity was just because of my environment, and maybe when it gets a little bit cooler, because it's supposed to get a little bit cooler, it'll last longer. But overall, it was a beautiful fragrance, and I did enjoy it, and it's worth at least checking out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, guys, if you like my fragrance first impressions videos, my reviews, or anything like that, remember to give this video a thumbs up. It helps me to continue doing videos like this. And also, don't forget to subscribe, because it's free, and I'm free. I put out new videos every Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekends as well. So I'll always have something for you guys to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy. Have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye!